Okay guys, this is the painting portion of this project. We got our project here, and let me explain something to you real briefly. I use ultra cheap paints. When you thin these paints down as much as I do, it doesn't matter whose brand you use. I use Apple Barn. You get that at Walmart for 50 cents per tube. And a tube like this will go a long way. I can't tell you how long I've had this thing. This is spiced carrot, cardinal crimson, antique white, bright white, and this is a pavement color, which I think works out better than a flat black for charcoal eyes. So what I'm gonna do is this is the only one I use full strength. We're going to very quickly, we're gonna drop them, one drop, boom, one drop. We're gonna take our spoon with our water and we're gonna fill it up halfway. I got this thing at Hobby Lobby, I don't know how many years ago. The crimson, or the cardinal crimson, we're gonna use a fatter drop, like so. We're gonna use, did I say half a spoon? I'm filling this up halfway. Whatever halfway is on your, for one, this thing works really well. You get it for like $2 at Hobby Lobby. It's lasted me years. Now the antique white is what I'm gonna use on the, pretty much the whole thing. As far as the face is concerned, I just added 2 drops. I'm going to fill it up all the way. 2 drops, fill it up all the way. The antique, or the bright white, I'm sorry, not the antique. The antique white is what I use on the face. 1 drop on the antique white. We're gonna fill it up halfway. All right. Now, I'm gonna mix all these up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got them all mixed up. This is the, I literally bought all this stuff at Walmart specifically for this project. This is the brush value pack. It's the 10-piece. The only thing I have in here that's any different is my detail brush for my eyes that I use for my character. And it is a master, it's brown. I can't read the second word. It's a 18/0. And this is what I use for my eyeballs for my standard characters. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this spiced carrot and we're just gonna paint this nose. If I don't see, that's why I put a drop cloth down specifically. We're gonna paint this nose and we're gonna push it off to the side and let it dry. Because everything else we have to do is pretty much on the carving itself. Rinse my brush out right quick. Now, this paint is super thin. I'm only going to show y'all a portion of this. Be careful how much you load on your brush when you look at me. Now, that's why my carving knife is here, okay? If you make a mistake like that, you just simply remove it with your carving knife. That's the beauty of working with these thin paints. You don't have to wait very long for them to dry and solidify, okay? I like working with thinner paints for the simple fact is you can still see my wood grain underneath the paint. It almost acts like an acrylic stain, if you would. So you just, and if you run stop cuts down in here in between your ball and all the different colors, if you just run a real deep stop cut with your carving knife, it's going to stop that stuff from transferring to the other portion. Me and my dumb luck, I just bumped it with the brush on the brim of that hat. So what I'm going to do is this portion is going to be off-white, the whole face. This will be bright white. This will be bright white, and this is the cardinal crimson color. Now these are all, like I said, Apple Barn colors you can get from Walmart. That's $2.50 worth of paint. The only one I use full strength is the pavement, which is like a charcoal gray. So I'm going to go ahead, paint this entire thing with its base coats, and I'm going to come back and show you the finished product and what I do special that kind of sets the mouth off a little bit. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. Okay. So through the magic of editing, I have 2 base coats on each color, and we hit it with the hair dryer real quick, make them dry out so that we can move forward. Now look, this is what I do. You could do this however you want to, but I have a little bit of bright white left right here. Okay? I'm going to take this flat brush, I'm going to stick it down in here, pick up a little red, and I'm going to mix it in until I'm satisfied with the color pink that comes out. I have a whole tote full of colors, but I don't really see the necessity in pulling out pink when I can just make a really soft pink to then turn around, use this little I failed to mention earlier, I bought this brush from Hobby Lobby. This particular, everything else has come from Walmart. But I was desperate because I could not find a brush fine enough to do my character eyeballs without getting it all over the eyelids. So what I did was I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought this 18-0. I don't claim to know what I'm talking about, guys and gals. I'm telling you what it says on the brush. Okay, so we're going to take this pink, and what we're going to do is we're going to, golly knows, did you see what I just did? Okay, I'll take care of that in a few minutes. We're going to dip it in here, and we're going to use a really steady hand, and we're going to paint it down into the bottom of these cuts. This pink. We're just gonna, and this brush does not hold a lot of paint, so it takes a few applications on each. Okay, you see how we got it going there? But it does take a few applications to be able, or really short strokes, to be able to achieve what we're trying to get here. And basically, we just want to outline and make it look like the inside of his lips, right? I mean, the edges of our lips are kind of a pinkish, right? And definitely the inside of our mouth is like pink. So, all right, now I'm going to take a little finer brush, set him down here. I'm going to use this pavement color real quickly. Take this cap off, and I'm going to dab it in here, and I'm going to create his eyeballs, and I'm just going to dab it till in a circular fashion until I'm happy with the size of his eyes. Okay, yeah, like so. Alright, you're pretty well done. Really, the only thing that you have to do past this point is to grab you a good quality super glue. I'm a Gorilla brand fan. Alright, we're going to put it right on the edge. Let me show you here. And you don't need but just a drop. This stuff's super strong. Right on the edge. I hope you can see that. It's not very much. And we're just going to insert his nose. We're going to insert his nose just like so. Now you're welcome to use boiled linseed oil, some kind of spray finish, but you don't want it. I would strongly urge you not to use a glossy finish. It takes away from the hand carved theme. I would use a matte or a satin finish if you're wanting to use a spray lacquer. I use boiled linseed oil because it absorbs into the grain of the wood and actually makes the grain richer and brings it out a lot deeper. But I haven't put the fish hook in this one. I will be doing that. Remember that tip at the very end. And yeah, outside of refining, I got to refine my eyes a little bit. But there you go. Your first hand carved ornament. Congratulations.